All right, let's talk about one of the trickiest hurdles for pretty much every Vietnamese learner out there, Z versus now. They both seem to mean what, right? But they're absolutely not the same, and knowing the difference is one of those things that will make you sound so much more natural. So let's just dive right in. If you've been scratching your head over this, trust me, you are in good company. This is a classic sticking point. But don't worry, by the end of this little session, we're going to clear this up for good with a really simple way to remember which is which. Okay, first up, let's break down our first word, Z. The absolute best way to think about Z is to see it as your discovery word. This is the one you pull out when your questions are completely open-ended. Simply put, G is what you use for the English word what when you genuinely have no idea what the answer could be. You have zero pre-existing information. The field is wide open. So if you remember just one thing about Z, I want it to be this word right here, unknown. That's the whole key. When you use Z, you're basically saying that the number of possible answers is, well, infinite. You're truly finding something out for the very first time. Let's make this real. Imagine you point to some strange object you've never seen before and ask, "Đây là cái gì?" You're using Z because, hey, it could be anything. Same thing if you ask, "Bạn đang làm việc gì?" The person could be a doctor, a musician, a chef. The possibilities are endless. Okay, you with me? We've got G down. Now, let's completely flip the script and talk about our second word, now. If G is your discovery word, then now is the complete opposite. It's your selection word. Now, here's where people get tripped up because now can sometimes translate to which, but also what. But the secret isn't in the English word, it's all about the context. You only use now when you're asking someone to pick from a specific, limited group of choices. And to make it even easier, there are two golden rules for now. First, it always comes after a noun. That's a good grammar tip. But rule number 2, that's the real game changer. It always means you're choosing from a set of options that you already know exist. This example is just perfect. Think about it. Where would you hear this question? An airport, right? And at an airport, you don't have an infinite number of flights. You have a limited, specific list on the departures board. The person asking knows there's a set of choices. They just want to know which one from that list is yours. All right, time for the main event. We've looked at them on their own. Now let's put them head-to-head in a showdown. This is really going to lock it in for you. This little chart here just lays it all out. For G, your function is to discover. The context is unlimited, totally unknown. The best analogy? It's a blank slate question. But for now, your function is to select. The context is a limited, known set. And the analogy? It's a multiple choice question. Simple as that. Okay, so the theory is making sense. But how do you actually, use these words in a real sentence? Let's quickly look at the basic structure, because it's actually pretty easy. Here's a fantastic tip for Vietnamese. The question word, like Z or now, usually just gets tagged on right at the very end. You build your normal statement, subject, verb, object, and then boom, you just add the question word. And answering is so logical, you're going to love this. The answer literally just slots right into the place where the question word was. So if someone asks, "Chuyến bay now," which flight? You just swap out now with your answer, "Chuyến bay VN 262. It's incredibly direct. So, to wrap this all up, if you take away only one single thing from this, let it be this right here. Z is for the unknown. It's your blank slate. Now is for selecting from a known set. It's your multiple choice. If you can master that one single distinction, I promise, your Vietnamese is going to level up immediately. And to finish us off, I have a little question for you all, and notice which question word I'm using. Out of all the possible lessons we could cover next, I want to ask you, which lesson do you all want to see? Let us know what you're thinking in the comments. Thanks for watching.